KFOR.
My old full girls.
Good morning, Lake, Nebraska. Happy Thursday. Welcome into the morning. Hookup, Phillips, Elijah. Okay. So good. This was a great song. It's like it kind of wraps into like what we called yesterday Bubble Thursday. As teams yesterday in college basketball could see that beautiful girl, totally be taken away.
Yeah.
And then walk out the door on you.
For it to only be discovered that you're a fraud, like Sean Kingston is mom.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
A fraudster, I should say.
We'll get into a lot of hoops today. Whether it be bracketology, we'll talk Big Ten tournament, Husker baseball yesterday, much needed, we'll call it practice that they got done yesterday. NFL free agency continues to roll through. In the second hour, we're going to go to that thing that you sent us. I'm going to call that this or that. We're going to do a little game. We're going to go this or that in the second hour. We're going to play that game.
And to preview for the people, it's a difficult one. You can play at home. It's tough.
Yes. We'll put it out there. If you're on the stream, we can, we'll probably put a little visual up there on the stream. It's going to be a little this or that. Should we kick off by telling, I don't know if it's, I'm torn. We are going to kick off the first official segment, Boys State basketball. We're going to go there.
Yep.
But I want it, like, I couldn't fit it in here on the day because there's so much going on. And I know everybody's got a lot going on, but you know what? Also today, 1:30 today, right here on KFOR, 1:20, I think 1:20, then going to the 1:30 game. Chris Schmidt will bring you Scott and Pius, Class B. They're going to kick off their bracket today. Scott and Pius at 1:20, tip at 1:30. You'll get a little break from us. But then at 6 o'clock tonight, the Almanac, Jeff Moats, is going to bring you Norris and Bennington.
It should be noted that game is stream only, meaning you'll have to go to KFORnow.com or find our social media pages, KFOR Radio on Facebook or Twitter, in order to go find that game because we have prior obligations on the air. That being said, you can find it everywhere online, and I think a lot of people do actually end up just going in the modern day to the internet whenever they want to find or listen to a game. So,
I did it yesterday. I streamed it yesterday.
I was listening to that Lincoln High game.
Oh,
I was listening. The game kicks off right as I was leaving the gym, so I'm listening on the way home. I got a shower before I come back to work, so I put it on a speaker in the shower. I'm listening to Moats and John Harris while I'm washing my hair, and then back here by probably start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was incredible. Incredible.
What a finish we had.
I had it doing. I was dual listening because I was driving around town, and I had it tuned in on the radio, which you guys do a phenomenal job. Like the visualization and bringing it into the front seat of my car, amazing. I could feel and see everything that was going on. Then I got home. I had to stop at home, do some things. I got my phone out, started streaming it off Twitter. Then I hit up. I was listening. I did the same way with Southwest. It was amazing. But boy, let's just go there. That bracket, you said it was wide open. We talked about the games that you were going to get, how wide open it was going to be.
And not to break my arm, patting myself on the back here. I said that same thing yesterday, so I think I am kind of breaking my arm here. I said it for like a week. I said I thought that Lincoln High team could really stress West Side because it was a bad matchup for West Side.
And it
was what Lincoln High had in the front court, and Lincoln High jumped all over him.
Oh, and it was.
There was probably a 6-minute stretch, 2 minutes to close the half, and then 4 minutes to open the second half, where Lincoln High it felt like they didn't miss.
They were just rolling.
They were unconscious all the way out to an 18-point lead.
48. I think like 48-26 at one point, something like that. Is that right?
46-28.
And then it was they were up 15 going into the fourth.
Yeah, 48-33.
And then listening to it, because I wasn't there, and if you were there, you'd congratulate. You got a great couple of matchups on yesterday in the A bracket. To me, listening, it sounded like Lincoln High almost played not to lose versus continue to roll.
Yep. They weren't.
And again, probably some credit to Westside as they got rolling as well. But it sounded like it was like, okay, we're here. We're here. Let's not mess this up.
It's what makes the state tournament same as March. It's what makes it so fun. When all the pressure is on, what happens to teams? I'm not saying Lincoln High didn't stand up to that pressure, but Westside, when the pressure was against, like, runs get worse at the state tournament. An 8-0 run in the regular season is a 16-0 run in the state tournament because of how teams handle that pressure. Whenever everyone, you're in that big building, everything feels a little different out there. That's kind of how it went yesterday. Westside, a big run against them. They find themselves down by 18, and whenever they start rallying back, you feel it just a little bit more when you're for that Lincoln High team. That's what Westside does. Let's also be clear about that.
It's a team that came in averaging 71 points on the year.
Yeah.
Right. And you knew it was coming. They were going to make a run. But to your point, the passes just aren't as crisp. The shots are just a little shorter when you get tight and runs like that. Those are the differences. And like I said, in the state tournament, in the postseason, because that's a theme that we're going to continue after the break. When we come back after our first time, we're going to talk about Big Ten postseason and how things change and how pressures become real, right? They become real.
I mean, it's at high school level, it's at the college level. Iowa went on a 21-0 run yesterday. You don't see many of those in the regular season, but whenever the pressure is on, it's, hey, win or go home. The pressure ramps up just a little bit. Things snowball.
And obviously there was a lot of comment. Again, Westside moves on. They move on. Links, boy, you proved you should have been there. You were there. You might have something brewing for years to come with what's going on. But again, I know it's a lot because it's hard to talk at the end of games about officiating. I heard a lot of those comments. I don't know. I'm not going there. Okay. This second game, another great matchup. And it sounds like, again, not being there, that the different, obviously you got scoring going on, a lot of scoring going on in this one. Southwest was pretty dominant, but it sounds like the defense took over in the second half for Southwest. The lockdown situations became real in that one.
Yeah, and we've watched, I mean, both these teams, but especially the Southwest team, we watched them all year long. What they might lack in a little bit of size in the defensive end, they make up with. They got quick feet. They stay in front of you. Whenever the intensity comes, like, that team plays with some passion, and there's two guys. But I start with oh wait, why is his name escaping me now? The man in the middle.
Yeah, 20. Was it? He had 3 guys over 20 last night. One with 26.
Let's just pull it up.
Sorry, my name. I'm drawing blanks.
Well, you had Kobe Curran was the guy I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
he's the guy in the middle. He's Dakari Wilson dropped 26, I think 27.
My goodness.
And if you go back and watch those threes, they were deep. Some of those threes he was in. I think
kept
he
getting
6
further
or 7
out
of
too.
them.
Kept getting further out. He's like, yeah, heat check.
But Kobe Kerr in the middle, he's only 6'4", and he kind of plays their. It's a forward/center role for them. He's the guy that I think makes things tick. Like, bit of a glue guy on the inside.
He plays bigger than his height.
Yep, and the heart that he plays with, the passion that he plays with, I think things kind of revolve around him. But yesterday, it was Dakari Wilson.
26 or 27, whatever he had, just knocked down.
Splashing threes.
Lockdown defense. They get it done. They move on to another anticipated type matchup. When you look at it, you feel like, am I wrong in this? Because obviously, if you look at that A bracket, and boy, it's a state tournament, right? It's a state tournament. Because you look on the bottom side of that, Bell West goes in and does what Bell West is supposed to do yesterday. But then you look at the bottom of that bracket, upset. La Vista South, upset. Creighton Prep.
Creighton Prep ends their season with back-to-back losses.
Oh, boy.
Because they lost in the district final to Lincoln High, and they get upset here.
Not a great feeling as you do that. But now you got a couple of teams that probably, I don't know, you maybe if you're filling out a bracket, you weren't putting one of those teams. They'll face off tomorrow, 3:15 Bell West, La Vista South, and then that 1:30 affair tomorrow afternoon. You will get West Side, Lincoln Southwest.
That's the game.
That's the game.
Honestly,
not to say the other game is not going to be a good. It's probably going to be a great game. But the old
West Side and Southwest could have been your state title
yeah,
game.
I was going to say that's one of those when you go back and look at it, you go, okay, this might be the state championship game. This could be the best game in the bracket.
And West Side versus Southwest, they've played each other once this year. It's a game that we carried here on KFOR. It was a fantastic game. It was West Side gave Lincoln Southwest their first loss, but that thing was back and forth. It felt like it was just West Side goes on a run, Southwest goes on a run. It was just back and forth. West Side goes on a run, Southwest goes on a run. So like beginning of the quarter, here comes West Side jumping on Southwest. You go, okay, here we go. And then 4 minutes left in whatever quarter it was. Here comes Southwest storming all the way back, and they're down by 2 at the end of the quarter. They're up by 1. Like it was a special back and forth. People talk about basketball as a game of runs. That game was especially a game of runs because it felt like every single time Southwest got a bucket, here comes the run. That was also the game, if you remember, where a putback dunk snapped the rim.
Yes.
That was that game.
Wow,
it led to a 30-minute delay in the first quarter. One of the Sanders brothers, I think it was Uzziah, fouled out of that game late, and it kind of halted all the momentum from Southwest. They ended up losing by 5, 68-63.
They get to do it again tomorrow.
You have it on film. And it's such an interesting stylistic matchup, that Southwest v West Side, because it's what West Side's got size. They have some skill with that size as well, but it's just 3 big bodies that you put up front, and the 2 that stand out are Preston and London Dada.
Yep.
Two guys that are going to clean up on the glass. They're going to affect a lot of shots on the inside. Flip it around to Southwest. They're undersized, but they're quick. They're switchable on defense. A lot of effort, a lot of intensity. Like the Sanders brothers are going to beat you off the dribble and force you to adjust on the defensive end. It's an interesting stylistic matchup, and I'm interested to see how it goes in a second battle, because that West Side size was tough for Southwest to deal with in game 1. What adjustments have they made for the second time?
Yep. Great matchup. It'll be at 1:30 tomorrow, followed by the 3:15 matchup. Also yesterday, C2 got going. Number 1, UTAN moved on. The 5-seeded Norfolk Catholic got one over the 4 seed yesterday. Bergen moved on, and then an upset in C2 in overtime. Freeman moves on 57-56 over number 3 Valentine. So again, today we will have at 1:20ish right here on KFR. Scott and Pius will get it done. One Chris Schmidt will be bringing that one, and then 6 o'clock Norris and Bennington. Most are bringing that one stream only.
Yep,
with all our areas there. You also kick off. I think another. You got D2 kicking off today. You also got in that. They kicked off yesterday. Sorry, D2 kicked off. They had some results there yesterday. And then I think another bracket to watch that's going to have some pretty good basketball. When you look at the sum of all the parts in that, is that C1 bracket with you. Like I said the other day, you got Ogallala, number 1. They're undefeated. You've got Auburn, number 3. They've got 1 loss. You've got Ashland Greenwood with a 1 loss. The local Lincoln Christian kids will be taking on Ashland Greenwood today. There's a lot going on down between Devaney and PBA. A lot of fun stuff, man. Again, another year so far that has not disappointed.
It never does.
It never does, right?
Even those years where it was Millard North and Bellevue West, always valued.
There were still games.
That Class A state title game was always must see.
Oh.
You can talk about the fact, okay, you knew who was going to advance to the tournament. Here comes the state title game. Oh, that's must see. I mean, I love this time of year.
It's amazing.
And we'll get into this time of year a little bit next hour with this or that to preview just a little bit.
This or that in the hour number 2.
March Madness, it's not just college ball, folks.
No, it's not.
It's not just college
ball.
It
is not, definitely for sure. So, let's take our first break. When we come back, we'll keep rolling with hoops and talk college hoops, because it was bubble burst Wednesday yesterday, and a lot got burst, and some big wins yesterday for some teams that needed them. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more when we return. Yeah.
Who's yours?
There's so much in the sports world. I know we're talking a ton of hoops. There's so much there. I wrote down all the bubbles that went pop. Some of these bubbles that got popped, though, I don't know if they got popped. looking at one of these teams because there were so many losses yesterday. Morning, Arlo. Buenos dias. What again? Huh.
Huh, what?
Oh, I came across you come across tweets and you're like, man, that'd be great questions for moats. There's one on there was tweeted out to someone that talks about consecutive free throws made in a year in high school hoops.
Is it a lot?
Well, I would say a lot considering the way the evolution of free throws these days. What a cute.
It's the most consecutive free throws you've ever made. And probably somewhere around 10
What?
in my entire life.
That can't be real. That'd be one you could ask. Oh, we could ask most tomorrow if he's around. Any idea who it would be? Consecutive free throws made.
No clue, actually.
2002, according to this.
Matt Hill?
No, that is the school.
Okay.
Okay, that is the school.
Oh, is it Ba?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any chance they got ballpark the number?
I'm going to put it at like 30 something.
But I go higher.
Really? We're coming back here. We maybe save this for moments.
Okay. Welcome back in the morning. Happy Thursday. Just having a good time with the music today. Sun's out. Might be a little windy today. At least the sun's out, headed to 70. Enjoy it for a few days because it looks like maybe a little dash of some precip comes on Sunday and Monday. But then, boy, you look at Wednesday next week. Is this the last little burst of winter before we jump in? Because I've seen on Wednesday 70 into the 80s.
I've lived here long enough to know once you think that's whenever you get that end of April, beginning of May random snowstorm, and you go, "What the hell?"
Yeah, but you just look at it but there's got to be and again, I do not envy what they do, how they do it, all that, but you gotta feel like there's just a little. That's the break, right? Maybe it breaks for you too in the allergies. Maybe. What's the weather like you had in Chicago with? Have you looked? Have you peaked? Because you have to drive.
I have not peaked. I have looked at the allergies though, and their allergies do not seem as bad as here.
Don't look at the weather.
I've looked at the pollen counts.
I'm just checking the counts. Boy, yesterday in the hoops world, we talked about yesterday. Yesterday was big for a lot of bubble teams that were on the bubble. A couple that needed to continue to win. A couple that were sitting out on that edge.
And a couple to relate it back to the intro song that find themselves with a lot of sorrow today.
A lot of sorrow today, boy. Teams that were. I mean, again, this goes up and down the bubble, not just those are right on it. You look at a team like USC, they needed multiple wins.
Yeah,
they bow out. Yeah. SMU ? Man, had a chance. They burst. They are now, by the way, according to Joe Lenardi, updating weekly. It was 2 a.m. His last update says 2 a.m. It puts them it still puts SMU last 4 in. But this is not the place you want to be.
Especially with bid stealers coming.
Cincinnati needed a couple more wins. They go out. They're in the next 4 out line now. I think the most surprising, it's in the Big Ten. Indiana lays an egg against Northwestern.
Enjoy the crown, Indiana.
Enjoy the crown. You're out. They bumped him all the way back to, I don't even see Joe. Lenardi doesn't have, there you go. First 4 outline is where he has them now.
Yep. Well, here's the crazy stat. Indiana is now on a 7-game losing streak in basketball against Northwestern.
My goodness.
That dates back to February of 2022.
They came out guns blazing too, by the way, in that game. I'm watching it going, well, this isn't going to be anything. I'll just cook dinner. Chris Collins and just spoiling stuff.
Nick Martinelli. Martinelli never lost to Indiana.
No.
What bizarro world are we living in? Indiana wins the national championship in football, but they have lost 7 straight to Northwestern in basketball.
Incredible.
What bizarro world is this?
Where are we at? They're out. Now Northwestern gets the right to go to play Purdue.
Northwestern's playing for the right to play Nebraska.
Yes, they are. Let's go.
Hey, Husker fans, you are rooting hard for the Northwestern Wildcats tonight.
Yeah.
Because this is the 3rd game in 3 days. If they can keep a little magic going, 4 games in 4 days.
Hey, we'll take them on the 4.
Yeah. That's not too bad. Nick Martinelli, is he a little bit nervous? Sure. He can make you nervous, but
here's the deal.
This performance Nebraska put together at Northwestern is not a great matchup. Nebraska is not a great matchup for Northwestern.
No, it's those teams, we talk about those teams. Their seasons are going to end minus them winning this. And you have seniors like Martinelli that are like, I don't want to be finished. They had a kid last night. What's his name? He kept getting to the bucket. Like it was, I don't want to compare him, but it was Sammy like last night or yesterday afternoon, whenever that game was. What's that kid's name?
Talking West?
No, he was a guard. Yes, West.
Yeah.
That guard. Look at what he did. 7 of 14. Only made 2 threes. The layups he was getting last night was incredible. But Indiana, see ya. At the ACC, Cal loses. Texas loses. That's one. The only 2 teams I think that were in a high level that were on the bubble yesterday, they got wins that they needed. And unfortunately, it's going to let both these teams probably sneak in now. Auburn.
Yep.
NC State. As all those losses piled up, now you had an Auburn and an NC State. And right now, you're looking at it as in the update you're coming in. And wherever you look at, you've got essentially, and again, this is all subject to change. This is all theories from guys and gals who have been doing it a long time. Right now, according to Joe Lenardi, last 4 buys, NC State, UCF, Santa Clara. He still has Texas sitting there.
SEC bias.
Yep. Last 4 in. Missouri, VCU, SMU, Auburn now creeps into there. He did not give Auburn a lot of credit. He just snuck him in. Because looking at today's slate, now we're in conference tournament where it's real, where this becomes real. Today, 11 o'clock, you've got Iowa and Ohio State. 2 teams, presumably you feel like they're in. Right now, they're not on any of the bubble lines. They're playing for a seeding type game. How about a big one out of the Big 12? Big one out of the Big 12. 11:30 this morning. Will we be watching this from a scoreboard stance? Yes. Iowa State, Texas Tech.
How about the Iowa State performance yesterday?
Oh, boy.
They smoked Arizona State. They got Hurley fired.
I think that was coming.
That was coming.
That was enough.
Did they end up?
He's there 11 seasons.
They're up by 40 most second half. Did it end up being a 40-point victory?
Let's see. It wasn't pretty. I know that because that was once like an uninspiring performance. Was that last night?
That was yesterday morning. We've been like 11:30.
Scrolling. Yeah, 91-42. My goodness.
Yeah. It was a slaughter.
Shellacking. Other games to watch, a team that I think is just still trying to solidify their spot. You got a Kentucky playing Missouri. Missouri currently right now, if you're looking at Lenardi, last 4 in. What does the Kentucky win due to Missouri? What does that look like from that situation? Washington, Wisconsin, they're going to get you some Big Ten action today as well. This is a big one. Like, if I'm in Auburn, like, this is one of those moments where you probably could punch it. Auburn Auburn against Tennessee today. Tennessee currently ranked 25 in the country. Big one for them. A team like UCF right now that's kind of on the last 4 buys. Can they solidify it today, or are they still in? They got Arizona today. Scrolling down, that big one at 5:30. How about Northwestern Purdue, man? That's just it's fun to see them sitting there in that capacity. Ole Miss, who just got a big win against Texas. They take on Georgia today. This is one that I think has seeding potential. BYU playing good basketball against, again, 2 inferior teams, but they're going to get Houston tonight at 6 o'clock.
Tough matchup.
TCU, Kansas. There's just a lot going on, man. That New Mexico team, by the way, again, just from the Nebraska perspective, their first 4 outline, they could use a win. They're 14.5-point favorite against San Jose State late tonight.
Where's Creighton on the bubble? Oh, wait.
They're on the other side.
They have Seton Hall today. They could still win the conference.
That's their lone chance, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, hey, Indiana v. Creighton, first round of the Crown. I'd tune in for that, actually.
Just for pure comedy.
And we can't be poo-pooing all over the Crown, because I think the Crown led to good momentum for Nebraska last year. It's not a bad place to be, especially with the money on the line. And I'm not joking with you. I would watch an Indiana v. Creighton game in the Crown.
I think, yeah, I'd be about it. Again, I go back. You're correct. That's where things got us at. Again, making sure that
does that Crown run not give you a little bit more, as a Husker fan, a little bit more confidence going to the NCAA tournament, seeing, hey, Nebraska handled a tournament setting really well last year?
Yes, success going into that type of environment, to a different arena, being in different beds. Now, because that's what we talked about, that we asked T about the yesterday too, about the difference of postseason, because you are on the road. You're done at home. Hotels for days. Different ways to approach that. They have been there, whether it be the Crown or whatever. They spent, a week out there? Spent a week in Vegas. If you can't focus, if you can focus in Vegas, you can focus anywhere.
True that.
Currently, right now, just looking at bracket perspective. Again, by the way, I also think today is the most critical day of the bubble and of conference tournaments, in my opinion. I think after today, there's little to, unless there's magical stuff happens,
barring a surprise team going and winning a conference tournament,
there's little to slight movement in seedings after today. If you look at some of the matchups, right? That I even go that tomorrow when Nebraska kicks off their tournament at 5:30. There's little today matters. Everything in college basketball is today.
Well, because think about it. The teams that are on the bubble need to make a run to at least Thursday in order to stay on that line, i.e. Indiana. That loss yesterday bounces them.
Well, and the Indiana thing is now, like, when you look at a team like Indiana, the committee, when you come up to Indiana, you're going to go, oh, they've done what as of what? They don't want to. This is when they pick teams. I know there's analytics in those, but there's also optics.
Yep.
And that eye test, you hear the word the two words eye test. Indiana will not pass any eye test.
Especially when you have teams that are on similar metrics.
Yes.
When you have teams are on the bubble that are all have similar metrics, you're going to look and say, Indiana did what against Northwestern in the Big Ten tournament?
A team that is under 500, a team that, yeah.
And that's what the tournament settings are about for the most part. We kind of talked about this yesterday. It's not going to move you greatly because your resume is your resume at this point in time. It comes down to, it's almost like tiebreakers.
It is.
Like, okay, we have 3 teams in the bubble. What did they do in the conference tournaments? Indiana lost to Northwestern. They're out.
And these tournaments, by the way, have, we go out the season and we go, oh, they hadn't seen Nebraska play yet. They have. the entire tournament committee is watching every one of the bubble games. Their eyes are locked solely in. Yesterday when Indiana lost, there were so many bubble eyes. That committee's eyes were solely on those teams because they already have the idea. Here's the bubble list, right? And it's distributed through the committee. Hey, folks, I need you to watch these games. Lenardi, by the way, an interest, just looking at from an interesting standpoint. Again, not probably 100%, but it makes for fun conversation. Lenardi has Nebraska still a 3 seed in Oklahoma City. How about the teams around him? He currently has you playing Wright State. Okay. How about the 6 seed being BYU?
Oh,
playing an 11 versus 11 matchup winner, which is SMU and Auburn.
We get Nebraska v. Auburn in the second round, like more likely BYU, but man, that'd be a good game. That'd be fun.
Puts a lot of fun out there, doesn't it? You start looking at those. Let's see. Joe was out. Joe's been burning it, man. Like, again, you can look at bracketologies everywhere out there, whatever you're fancy yourself and that. Again, I'm a Joe Lenardi guy. Seems to be, I don't know, accurate to accurate. He has not put out his new updated sheet today. He was up until 1 o'clock in the morning, sounds like, or somewhere in there. If you look at the not ESPN, if you look at the CBS side of it, man, I don't like the way this is fun. Again, CBS doesn't put their cities on theirs, but right now, if you're keeping tabs, Nebraska is the 3 seed on the CBS side. Again, against Wright State, with the 6 seed being Wisconsin, which there would be an 11 seed going into that slot. Yikes. They've got the way they have things are is the last 4 in. By the way, they've updated as of last night, but they got like Auburn still sitting on the outside. Thank you.
There'll be some fun conversations when the bubble comes Sunday.
There's gonna be a lot of fun conversations because I often start thinking about this. You lost so many teams yesterday, but now it's going to be about what happens behind them and these other.
Well, and the bubble feels weak this year, which honestly makes Selection Sunday more fun. Because I feel like there's a lot of teams out there where you go, I'm not sure they deserve it.
No. Well, how about it's like there's opportunity knocking now when you start looking at the backside of this field of the first 4 outs, right? You've got, again, we talked about this game as San Diego State. Is that San Diego State and New Mexico today? They're both sitting first 4 out if you look wherever you look at. Opportunities, teams for like these other, it's amazing. And there's still bid stealers out there, right? We saw some, if you watch, there's some dynamic mid-major stuff happening. First-time teams getting in. I want to say there's no like the most controversial probably team will play today too. Not that they're in or out, but where they'll be seated at.
Miami of Ohio. They play in 20 minutes.
What?
Yeah, they gave their 1 seed a 10 a.m. start against UMass. I guess this is happening in the East Coast.
Congratulations.
This is an East Coast game, so it's 11 o'clock local time, right? Is this? Where's the MAC tournament at? It's in Cleveland. Cleveland's Eastern time, right?
Is it? My app, the way I have it looked at, it says they're going to play at 10 a.m. So I'm on this app. I use the score when I look at games. 10 a.m., which is all set on Central time.
Cleveland is in the Eastern time zones. That's at 11 a.m. local tip, but still, given your 1 seed,
does that just again? As we get to coming up, we're going to have this conversation, this and that, around 10:20ish. You're telling me it's not even the first weekend of the dance yet, and I could watch hoops from 10 a.m. until, I don't know, the last tip tonight at 10:30, which is a meaningful quarterfinal game. San Diego State, New Mexico. What a meaningful, and it's an amazing time right now. for hoops.
See, and I talked about with my road trip to Chicago tomorrow. I said I had Game of Thrones and Dan Carlin's Hardcore History loaded up. I might just have to flip it over and listen to the radio calls of some of these great basketball games we got on all day.
All day. Well, you might have to tune into KFR at some point.
Oh, I'm definitely tuning into KFR at 1:30 for
You
that
gotta
Southwest
stream that
Westside
in.
game.
You'd be streaming that in.
That should carry me my last hour and a half into Chicago-ish. It might take me from like the Iowa-Illinois border to the outskirts of Chicago. That's what that 90 minutes might get me.
The majestic voices of KFR. Do you know who's doing that one tomorrow? What's your who's majestic voice?
I believe. See, I have this pulled up.
It's at 1:30 tomorrow. I'm doing something.
That will be Jeff Moats. No, correction. It'll be Chris Schmidt on the
Chris
call.
Schmidt on the call tomorrow. Whew. 1:30 tomorrow for the right to go to the state championship. Elijah on the road. It's your birthday eve today. Be pretty awesome. But again, this bubble ever changing with hoops, which makes it so much fun. So, all right, let's take a break and come back. We're going to flip it completely upside down. Let's talk some NFL free agency. Max, back. That and a whole lot more when we return. You know, people that they have that like booming voices you can hear all the time. Tim Bob. I was just saying, you know, like you can just sit in rooms and just booming electric type voices. I could hear like faintly, but
You hear one of those tin boxes.
yeah, you just hear that. I'm going to bring that up too right quick. We have to talk. We'll flip you to over there because that'll be a whole segment together. You ever sit at home and just like by yourself and then like you think you nailed it and you just kind of go, got it. You talk to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Nobody knows.
It's usually when I'm cooking.
I feel like I just nailed it. It's like one of those elephant in the room conversations. Everybody posted about it yesterday.
All right, we are coming back.
Here we go. Welcome back in the morning, Hookup. You know, yesterday we talked about yesterday in another world, it felt like a lot of bubbles in Lincoln got burst. The number of posts I saw yesterday People are so disappointed because they did not get banana ball tickets. Did you see those? Were you one?
Absolutely not. I'm not,
I know
think
you're
I'm
not.
putting my
I
name
know.
in the water.
I am. I did not get in that. I have tickets at uh, Haymarket Park.
Oh,
You know that. Proud sponsor of the Lincoln Salt Dogs. But the number of people that were like, wonder who got the tickets from 90,000. We all blah blah blah. I'm like, they were like sad emails. Everybody got their bubble burst here in the town. I don't know if there'll be a local at Memorial Stadium for the game. I'm sorry. I'm not like, I don't like to dwell on people's sadness or poke at their sadness, but that was like, it felt like their bubbles got burst. Because anytime, it is amazing to me. And I think it's silly that you take your sadness of missing out on a silly baseball affair and put it on social media. Sorry. My bad. I'm picking on people now.
If you didn't get your tickets, I'm sorry. If it makes you feel any better, we have great actual baseball games at Haymarket Park all summer long to take the kids to.
Ones that have Thirsty Thursdays and Wiener Wednesdays and like Firework Fridays.
Great prices, family friendly.
And it doesn't matter if you catch the fly ball or not. It's still a foul ball.
There is great actual baseball games happening all summer long. And you know what? It's a rare night when the tickets sell out with the Lincoln Salt Dogs. There's always tickets.
Yeah.
You can always just go walk up and say, 2 adults, 1 kid for the burn, please. And they'll always have them in stock for you.
But didn't it come with great sadness yesterday?
It is. I liked how you said it, Hooksy. It is silly baseball.
It is silly baseball.
And
it's entertainment.
It's
a good entertainment for a lot of people. I'm not dogging
the
because
kids love it.
The kids love it. There's one of our owners on there, Kyle Perry.
Yeah.
Will be coming back to Lincoln and partaking. But
I get it. I get why the folks want to go. I'll just say, if you didn't get your tickets, thankfully we have high-level baseball every summer at Haymarket Park. And I think some people don't know how high-level the Salt Dogs actually are. The Salt Dogs are adjacent to, like, I'd say they'd be a good AA baseball team.
Yeah.
They'd probably struggle to compete at the AAA level, but they'd be a good AA baseball team with some of the veteran talent that they have on that roster. You got to go watch that all summer long for a good price with good deals. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
Just it made me giggly. I wanted to love every one of them. Is that childish of me?
Yeah, that is.
I did not. I remembered I was 48 years old. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
My main thing, the dancing umpire. What are we doing, man? What are we doing, man? Couldn't cut it doing real baseball, so now you're going and twerking behind the plate in between pitches. Get him off my television screen.
He seems to be pretty good at it.
Or the guy doing freaking backflips at first base. Ain't nobody there to see the umpires.
Nobody, but well, they shouldn't be.
That's the thing.
They should not.
That's the thing that's being, and people do show up to go see the dancing umpire. There should not be a baseball game where you're there to see. The umpires should be seen and not heard. You know, like kids at the dinner table.
Yeah,
they should be there, but they shouldn't be a distraction.
I tell my kids a lot, and not anymore. They hopefully understand it. Like it was always the be seen, not heard comment.
Exactly.
You're to be seen, not heard. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, you're going to be there. Don't be a distraction to anybody else. That is the role of an umpire within a baseball game.
You don't have a seat at this. You have a seat at this table, but you have no voice at this table.
It ain't about you, bro. NFL free agency.
Listen to us. We are having humorous times on people's sadness.
We are the old curmudgeons.
Yes. Humorous times on people's sadness. NFL free agency, humorous times on people's sadness.
Yeah.
This Ravens thing is intriguing to me now. Max now saying he's got the Undertaker thing. I believe he posted, I'm back. He's a Raider. I think that's interesting too, by the way. Is that showing face or is that whatever? The Raiders, I presumably still maybe want to move on with him because they got money issues.
But I'm wondering if they had it sounds like they still are. They can keep Max Crosby and remain under the cap, but
It'll eat up a lot more than what they had still in the bank.
Yes, that's the thing. Is it really leaves them unable to make any more other significant moves? But it does sound like, based on what Max Crosby tweeted last night, that he's going to remain a Raider. So maybe they've had that conversation and they've found a way to make it work. I don't know. The Ravens, though, what villains in this situation?
Oh, they look terrible.
You go trade for Max Crosby, and then you realize that 24 hours into free agency or the legal tampering period is, oh, wait, Hendrickson's still here? We can go get him from Baltimore.
Whoa.
We don't want this Max Crosby guy. Make sure he fails the physical. That's what it feels like from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Now, the Ravens have pushed back against this. Last night, they kind of sent it out there to some reporters through some back channels. Man, we wanted to pair up Max Crosby and Hendrickson.
I'm gutted. Their GM said he's gutted about this.
We wanted to have them both. Sure, you did. You wanted to spend $260 million on 2 edge rushers. Financially, I don't believe it, man. I don't believe that was smart roster building for you to take both of those guys. Yeah, no, there's no way.
I sit back and I think that this was one of those situations where a deal got put in place and there was a bunch of snickering back in the corner going, and they're like, why is everybody laughing at us? There's something on my face. They're like, whoa, we got to get out of this. They were kind of made fun of with the deal.
2 first rounders was a steep price.
Yes. Now you're backtracking. They're gutted. We want to pair them together. Not a good look.
Not a good look. Well, what was the quote? There's a big feeling in the league that this is BS on the Ravens' part. That was a quote from one rival GM.
Yep. This
is BS on the Ravens' part. Now, as a Broncos fan, I can sit back and laugh that it happened to the Raiders of all teams. But, yeah, bad look on the Ravens' part. Is it going to work out for them? Probably. But you've now lit a fire under Max Crosby, and you don't want to light a fire under Max Crosby. If there's anyone in the league that will take that chip on his shoulder and go out and have the best season of his career in 2026 to stick it to the Ravens, it is Max Crosby.
Other moves yesterday, and you'll have some notable ones as well. Maybe one notable, one that has been on your favorite team before is on the move. Bradley Chubb headed on the move. A 3-year deal worth upwards of $52.5 million, just $29 million guaranteed to the Buffalo Bills. On paper, looks like a pretty good move for the Bills, needing some of that interior type defense as they were beat up there last year throughout the defense. A lot of teams used to run against the Bills with Oliver being hurt and down a lot of the season, but now they get Bradley Chubb.
And what Bradley Chubb brings, and I say this as a Broncos fan, watched him with Miami as well. He was a top 10 pick. He was picked ahead of Josh Allen. Fun fact, same draft. Broncos passed on Josh Allen, took Bradley Chubb, and it was either 1 or 2 picks later, Josh Allen's off the board. And I think Broncos fans regretted that for a long time. Bradley Chubb's fine. He's B as a pass rusher on an A to F scale. He's a B as a pass rusher. He's B- to B as a run defender. I don't think he's the type of guy that's going to be making any Pro Bowls with Buffalo.
No,
but he's the type of guy that you probably have to overpay slightly for because of the name. But hey, he'll be solid rushing the passer. He'll be solid against the run. He's not going to be anything special in either regard.
I think he's one of those guys that, again, 8.5 sacks last year, can take pressures off others because with the name and the type of force you'll get, it may open up for he might be able to snag some double teams or be the guy in those systems that now there's a double team there. Maybe a little bit more production.
He's not going to be a premier pass rusher or run defender for the Bills, but he can handle both of them for you. So he'll be fine. That's a fine pickup for him. One of those pickups that's not sexy, but a guy that can be making some plays down the stretch of the season.
Yeah, one of those names you see. It's like, oh, okay. Trying to look through yesterday. And now any other moves you noticed yesterday? It's kind of dying down now. You felt like a lot of the names that you saw, there's still names out there that are still remaining unsigned at this point or not been tagged to look down. I think an interesting one still out there is Kyler Murray. Where he ends up starting to hit the second phase of his career with the second team.
I saw some conversations out there. Should the Vikings sign Kyler Murray? I say no, but
Jawan Jennings still unsigned at receiver. Bobby Wagner still unsigned.
I can't believe he hasn't retired.
Why is nobody signed Stephon Diggs? No. Coming up, baseball talk. We're going to play a little this or that. Stories we missed and a whole lot more. Sit back, relax. We'll be right back.
When it comes to your building, experience matters. Stutzman Mechanical has served Lincoln and Lancaster County since 2002. They specialize in water heater service, sales, and installation for residential and commercial properties. Gas, electric, heat pump, and steam with warranties up to 10 years. With new regulations this October, commercial property owners need a contractor they can trust. Call Chris at Stutzman Mechanical, your water heater connection, 402-560-8449, or find them on Facebook.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding the unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Dave with Dave's Heating and Air, Lincoln's local family-owned heating and air business.
Dave's Heating and Air is Lincoln's professionals you can trust. Whether you need service, repairs, or a new system, Dave's is here for you. Dave's wants your home to feel comfortable and cozy. Get the peace of mind guarantee and call Dave's for your HVAC needs.
Call me today at 402-480-3004 and talk with a professional. Dave's Heating and Air, doing whatever it takes.
We'll admit, we've already thrown in the towel on the New Year's resolution.
Yeah, and we made it through dry January. But one healthy new habit we're sticking with is Active Liver from New Nordic. Did you know your liver works around the clock processing food, sugar, alcohol, and everyday toxins? All things that can really impact your health.
That's why daily support matters. Active Liver is designed to help protect normal liver function and support your body's natural detox process.
With trusted ingredients like milk thistle, turmeric, and artichoke extract, it's gentle enough to take all year long.
No harsh cleanses, no extreme detoxes, just simple daily liver support. We really feel the difference.
Yup, more energy and the peace of mind knowing we can enjoy the good things in life while giving our liver the love it needs.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com. Or you can find it in stores at CVS, Meijer Grocery, Wegmans, and now Active Liver is available at your local GNC.
My teenage son only has one brain, and it'll keep developing through his mid-20s. But if he uses e-cigarettes, the nicotine in them can impact attention, learning, and memory, and can prime the brain for addiction. So I've talked to him about staying away from e-cigarettes, because my son only has one brain.
Learn more at cdc.gov/e-cigarettes today. A message from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and this station.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Iran's new supreme leader has made his first public statement since being elevated to the position. It was read aloud on Iranian state-run television from Doha. Here's ABC's Marcus Moore.
One of the things he said is that the Strait of Hormuz will remain closed, and he also suggested that they have considered and looked at opening other fronts of the war and exploiting areas where the enemies, as he's described them, have little experience. And he said that there would be areas that are vulnerable to them.
The price of crude shot up to more than $100 a barrel overnight, then went back down as President Trump sells his objective of the war to voters.
For the first time since starting this war, the president hitting the road to tout his economic agenda ahead of the midterms. Aware Americans remain focused on rising costs at home and gas prices at the pump, Trump repeatedly calling the conflict in the Middle East, which has killed 7 American soldiers and wounded some 140 others, both a war and a little excursion.
ABC Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce. One of the old guards of the Democratic Party in the House will remain a part of the old guard in the House. ABC national correspondent Stephen Portnoy has more from Washington.
At age 85, South Carolina Democrat James Clyburn says he's not calling it quits. In fact, he's running for an 18th term. Clyburn served for 14 years in the Democratic leadership of the House, including the 8 years he spent as House Majority Whip. And in 2020, he played a key role in helping Joe Biden win his party's nomination for president. Fellow party stalwarts Nancy Pelosi and Steny Hoyer are planning to retire at the end of this Congress.
After almost a month of hearing from therapists, platform engineers, and executives, a jury will hear closing arguments today in the Los Angeles trial of a woman who says social media companies should be held liable for the harms caused to children. You're listening to ABC News.
We'll admit, we've already thrown in the towel on the New Year's resolution.
Yeah, and we made it through dry January. But one healthy new habit we're sticking with is Active Liver from New Nordic. Did you know your liver works around the clock processing food, sugar, alcohol, and everyday toxins? All things that can really impact your health.
That's why daily support matters. Active Liver is designed to help protect normal liver function and support your body's natural detox process.
With trusted ingredients like milk thistle, turmeric, and artichoke extract, it's gentle enough to take all year long.
No harsh cleanses, no extreme detoxes, just simple daily liver support. We really feel the difference.
Yup, more energy and the peace of mind knowing we can enjoy the good things in life while giving our liver the love it needs.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com. Or you can find it in stores at CVS, Meijer Grocery, Wegmans. And now Active Liver is available at your local GM.
Someone is posing as ICE and threatening people in Lincoln. Good morning, I'm Jeff Moe. It's right now 42 degrees at KFOR. It's being labeled as a fraud or a scam, but the word from Lincoln Police is that someone is calling people by identifying themselves as an employee of Immigration and Customs Enforcement. LPD took a report this week from a 40-year-old Lincoln man who's in the United States on a valid visa, who said that he got a call from somebody claiming to be with ICE and was told that his file was incomplete and threatened him with fines, detainment, even deportation if he didn't comply. LPD said the victim also got more calls from someone reporting to be an attorney assigned to help him with the matter. The victim was told to provide personal identifying information, cryptocurrency information, and buy specific gift cards for payment of services. LPD reminds you that government services will not accept and will not ask for any payment in cryptocurrency or gift card. Also, that caller ID from any government agency could also be spoofed. 900 seasonal employees are needed to help out in Nebraska state parks this summer. Assistant Parks Division Chief Justin Bogey says a wide variety of jobs need to be filled.
Grounds maintenance, which could be anything from mowing to upkeep, office. Park areas that have lodging, naturalists, activities from shooting ranges to wranglers for horse rides, our lifeguards.
Full details and a way to apply for a seasonal job in a state park can be found at outdoornebraska.gov. And Cat Connections officially open to the public as of this week. The collaboration between the Goodwill of Southeast Nebraska and Capital Humane Society will allow you to visit the downtown Lincoln Goodwill location and interact with adoptable cats from the Capital Humane Society. You can learn more about Cat Connection and book reservations at the LincolnGoodwill.org. From noon today until 9 this evening, and a high wind watch in effect from 7 to 9 until 3 tomorrow morning. Sunny and windy today and a high of 69. Right now, 42 in Lincoln. I'm Jeff Moe. It's KFOR News.
Hi, it's Caitlin, an AmeriCorps member serving with Conservation Nebraska. Here, AmeriCorps members lead and provide environmental education, restore habitats, and connect communities to conservation resources. Through AmeriCorps, I have learned to serve and make an impact in caring for the land we love, the land of Nebraska. We serve, we learn, we make an impact. AmeriCorps does that for people. Learn more at serve.nebraska.gov.
Visit servenebraska.gov. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. And the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station. Do you have at least 1 month worth of food in your pantry? If not, you could definitely go to mypatriotsupply.com right now.
My Patriot Supply is America's #1 supplier of long-term storable food. They've helped over 3 million Americans get prepared.
And for a limited time, when you order their best-selling 4-week food supply, you'll get an additional week of food absolutely free. There's no catch.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back in the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. Gotta get you a little going, guy. Yeah. I have a lot of questions. I've been sitting here. I don't understand it. So look at what time is your or your phone. Why does that clock that runs digital, right? Say 10:05. Oh, exactly 1 minute. Yes, it is. It's not. It's still in it's right every whatever time.
That one gets me because it says 9. It just now right.
It's flipping to 10:06 right
now.
Yeah. That's exactly.
How is it 1 minute behind?
Exactly 60 seconds behind. Well, and what's going to be confusing here is we're also on a delay.
So they what are you talking about, people?
We're on a 7-second delay on this broadcast here, so people are going to be looking at their phones and be like, "Wait, that not only is that clock a minute off, it's a minute and 7 seconds off."
Yeah. Oh my God. Good morning, Jeff. Thanks for hanging out with us. Flood X10 still out in Mexico. He says it's Dos Equis 30. Which leaves me my question coming up because we have St. Patty's Day coming up. It's a holiday for a lot of people. How will you celebrate? You're going to be in Chicago, but it's not. Are you one because it's on a Tuesday? Is it on a Tuesday this year or Wednesday?
Tuesday,
right? I don't know. Is it? Do you celebrate before because it's a weekend, or do you go out on the day? Because I'm going to go out during the day. Like I think I'm leaving here, and I'm probably. We always meet friends on that day. My wife is a huge St. Patty's Day. Like she has decorations out at our house.
I think it depends how hard you're going. Like Tuesday night, that's a night for you have a couple Guinnesses, a couple black and tans, whatever it may be, some corned beef. Like you're not going too hard. Like you're not going to the point.
Do you rock car bombs?
That's a weekend thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
On the weekend you can. On St. Patrick's Day,
depends how old you are.
I feel like to me, if St. Patrick's Day falls on a weekday, you live it up on a weekend, and then you do enough on a Tuesday to have a good time, but not enough that you're not functional on a Wednesday.
Yeah, because I think there's preparations happening right now for that because it's a Tuesday, and then we're leading into the weekend, right? Because it's we'll call it St. Patty's weekend because a lot of people backtrack their events to that, but also you got Nebraska basketball tomorrow, 5:30. Where are you going to be watching that at? What's the food situation you got going on for a weekend run of hoops? What do you do? I think one of the national holidays is Sunday. We're going to get into this and that coming up. A national holiday is Selection Sunday. We, on every Selection Sunday, meet up with friends and watch. Just to have it's just, I don't know. Feels like a national holiday leading up to the real deal.
See, if Nebraska is not playing on Sunday, I'm going to be booking it back, and we're going to be doing an Average Joe Sports Show live show from Wahoo to React. I think that'll kick off at 6 o'clock.
There you go. Look at you.
So I have to book it on back to Nebraska. Got to leave Chicago Sunday morning. We'll see how the Saturday night in Chicago goes, but Sunday morning we're getting up. We're driving back to Lincoln, or I guess Wahoo.
Did you ever commit? You should have stayed. Enjoy your Saturday.
I'm going to enjoy my Saturday.
And just, we'll get there on Sunday. Nice casual drive back.
I'd like to be in for the selection show, reaction show.
Yeah.
You got to react to the bracket. Who's the 1 seed Nebraska's got? Who's the 6 seed? Who's the potential second round matchup? Who's the 2? I mean, there's a lot of intrigue coming Sunday, regardless if Nebraska's playing in the Big Ten Championship. Now, if Nebraska's playing in the Big Ten Championship, Huxley, things get interesting because
I might not even see you on Monday.
I think I'd make it in for hour 2. Because we got to get that reaction of here's how Chicago is, here's how Sunday
we got to get all of that.
But I believe because the game's at 2:30.
Yes, because
2:30.
that'll be. I believe is that the last. I want to say that's one of the last. It's either that or the ACC. One of the two will be the last game running into Selection Sunday. What is today? Today's Thursday.
Regardless, I would be leaving Chicago then at 5 o'clock, heading back to Lincoln and getting back at 1 in the morning.
Yeah. You said, yeah.
So yeah, I'd probably miss hour 1 of this show, but
it'll be accepted.
But hey, if Nebraska's playing on Sunday like that, I'll take that.
Early at the first media timeout, UMass and Miami Ohio were tied at 8. A lot of bubble teams watching that game, by the way. A lot of bubble teams are hoping maybe not hoping. They need Miami of Ohio to keep maybe lose.
If you're on the bubble, I think you'd like Miami of Ohio to win so you don't get a situation where Miami comes in and steals your spot in the bubble, I believe.
They have to win their tournament, is what you're saying, for bubble teams.
A bubble team would be rooting for Miami because I don't think, would the University of Ohio get in if they don't win?
Mm-hmm.
According to Bracket Matrix, I believe that answer is no. Yeah.
Interesting. So we got more of that coming up. We'll talk as we get through the time again. Like I said, coming up, we'll do this or that. Took a little midweek baseball yesterday for the Huskers. Dominant yesterday. But again, I go back to these games. This is where what Nebraska should do, which in recent history, midweek games have not been fun for Nebraska. Right? Have not. Times to stay right, get right, figure out rotations, because you got another really good performance from Katsky on the bump. 5 innings, 2 hits, only 1 run, and fanned 8. And only 1 walk. Bullpen, really nice job. A quiet night, a quiet day for the bullpen in 2 innings, because you only went 7, but they go 2 innings, nothing to show for it. No runs, no hits, and 4 strikeouts from your 2 guys, and Clark and Bender yesterday. And they hit the baseball around the yard.
You know who else had a really nice day? One Justice Rhodey.
Whoa, do you have him?
Plus.
That's a pleasant voice.
Yeah, it is.
It's a pleasant voice.
It's just it I know we can't stroke his ego too much.
Unfortunately, he big timed us and left us. So
because he has to graduate this spring.
Big timer. Ugh. Thank God we gave him the day off when his research paper all of a sudden was due. We contributed to him.
Yeah, because his paper got moved
his syllabus was misprinted.
They moved up the due date to noon. Yeah, okay.
Good days yesterday hitting the baseball too. 9 hits for Nebraska. 2 guys really stuck out. Mac Moyer 3 for 4 yesterday. He scored 3 runs. Did strike out once. Dylan Carey another. 0 for 3. Had an RBI in the game. But look, Jet Buck, watch out. That kid can hit. Absolutely 3 for 3 yesterday. 3 RBIs and a walk yesterday. So a couple guys hitting the baseball yesterday.
It's just good. Nebraska doing what they should be doing in a midweek game. Good to see.
It was.
It
was
nice.
Simple
as that.
Coming up for Nebraska. And again, we're into that stretch of some really nice midweek stuff. They have Maine coming to town this weekend. If you're out and about and your baseball is your fancy and not conference tournament basketball, as you're out at Haymarket Park, it looks like a pretty decent weekend. I think careful on Sunday what's going on. 6 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock Central. They'll have Maine. And then next week, really interesting. They hit the road. I think for some good regional stuff, they'll have go to play a couple days at Wichita State, and then they'll hit the road for the first time late March. They'll head out to Ann Arbor to play Michigan. They got to stack wins. They got to keep stacking wins. Also in the baseball world, I don't know how to think about this or what to say about it. I don't like thanking other people if the United States getting a gift. United States backdoors, they're moving on in the World Baseball Classic.
And that was guaranteed as soon as Italy hit 5 runs scored.
Yep.
Because then either Italy won or Mexico was going to have to win with more than 5 runs scored. So it wasn't much drama last night. I flipped it over. I got home from work, went on a little walk, flipped on the game, went, oh.
Was it me or I'm like, I was not interested because I was mad. I still was like, all right.
I flipped on because I was interested to see. Like, I thought that there would be drama if the U.S. did get bounced. And then you flip it on. It's like, oh, well, never mind. Italy's already essentially secured it for the United States. So For as much as that was talked about the potential drama, it was a pretty drama-free night last night for the USA.
Yeah. So now they're going to start the quarterfinals as they will get Friday, tomorrow, 8 o'clock on Fox. You'll get Canada. They'll still be in Houston. And I think they're on the top side of that bracket where they're going to get the winner of the Dominican and Korea.
I didn't know Canada played baseball.
I didn't either. I didn't know Italy did.
And that Italian team's got, I mean, they're pretty what's the right way? It feels like their criteria for being eligible for the Italian team is pretty loose.
Yeah. Boy, you look like they were drinking limoncello, but they're in there taking little espresso shots for home runs.
Which is very Italian.
Who was the hitter yesterday? That starts with a P. I'm drawing a blank on his name. 3 home runs for Italy last night. Lefty. Is he a Royal? Paschetti. Spaghetti. That's my kids used to say Paschetti. 3 bombs last night. He was hopped up on beans, is what he said in his post game. 3 for 3 or something. 3 for 4. Had 3 bombs. Pasqualetti.
I got this. Pascantino.
There you go.
Pascantino.
Yeah.
Vinny.
That's just say that name and tell me you're not Italian.
3 bombs, and he's only hitting 188 in the WBC. Don't matter. Again, tomorrow, the Dominican Korea will kick it off. They're in Miami, 6:30 on FS2. Then you have Canada, United States. After that, Saturday, Italy and Puerto Rico, Japan and Venezuela. And then those who advance, they will advance to a Sunday semifinals, all in Miami. 8 on one semifinal will be on Sunday, 1 on Monday, and then the Baseball Classic Championship turns to Tuesday next. That's St. Patty's Day. How am I going to do what I'm going to do and watch baseball for the championship? So that's happening in the world of baseball. Again, thank you, Italy, for letting us in. The WBC is fun. It's time of year for basketball.
It is. I'm trying.
Hey, once we get to like semifinal and final WBC, I'll like fully lock in.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, this is basketball.
It's
time.
Basketball time. So, all right, let's do this. Let's take a break. We're gonna go back and play this or that. Elijah sent us something. This is what it was. I had to stare at it. And by the way, I still don't have an answer
because it's impossible.
It's impossible to look at this. We'll have it up. If you're on the stream, you'll be able to see the picture of what we're talking about. We'll describe it to you. We'll talk you through it. But when we come back, we're going to play a little this or that.
We'll give the folks a quick preview here. I got this ready. Maybe.
And 3, 2, 1, boom.
It said I had it. Oh, it saved as a dumb format. It said it wouldn't, but
you said you weren't going to do that.
The computer. It
that is like my kids. Just what you just said. You said you weren't going to do that. Why'd you do it? I don't know.
Never trust a computer. Okay, here we go. Let's give a quick preview here just to have it on.
Arlo said best part is we get a chance to take it to Canada. There's what we're going to talk about. This or that. You got to pick one, A or B. Man, I don't even know.
It's impossible.
It is impossible.
Because there's two.
I think
two premier on each side.
But I think I have to. I think I have a decision. Now that I look at it, you know what? Here's what I have to think about. I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll talk through the process.
Okay, because there's two premier on each side, but the two premiers, like you don't want to miss either of them. It comes down to the B tier selections on each side, and that's what you have to pick between. So
yes.
we'll get into that, but
yes, that's what we're going to talk about. This or that. Ooh, tell me you got the music to go with it.
What?
Oh,
this or that?
Yeah. I don't know if you'll be able to get it.
Either this or you can that one.
Yeah. No, that's wrong. That's the wrong version. You can get with this, or you can get with that.
Black sheep. Okay.
Yeah. Massachusetts up 1. That's a long way to go. 17-16.
Coming back here.
Welcome back to the morning hookup. Happy Thursday. I get excited. I'm reading Joe Lenardi's sheet real quick during the break. We're talking about a lot of other stuff. You want like this is high level basketball happening up, and I know we ranked our conferences back in the a while back. And I guess I have not been paying attention much to the Big 12, watching the Big 10 bubble team.
All top 8 seeds moved on in the Big 12 bracket. It's chalk. So if you want good basketball, there you go. This is like, and all 8 of them, by the way, according like they're all locks. Now it's seeding. The Big 12 is all seeding games. Then he gets you excited when he breaks down early bracketing. UMass, Miami of Ohio, and it says every bubble team in America is pulling for the Red Hawks to start the day. NC State all but locked now. Virginia is trying to get maybe up into a top 4. They can win their conference. Iowa State, Texas Tech. Cyclones can move up. We don't want them to. Red Raiders can still move down. There's so much going on that you love about this, which leads us to this thought, the this or that. In the world of all the top-end sports, top-end, top moments, top days, top weekends, one-day events, multiple-day events. Here's what we got. Elijah sent this to me, and it's a very thought. You got to think through this one.
It's been making the rounds on Twitter.
On bracket A.
So and to set it up here, you can only pick one. So there's 4 big-time sporting events on one side. There's 4 big-time sporting events on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever side you pick, you can never watch a game or a match from the other side ever again. You only get to pick one. So you either get side A, and you get to watch all of those games, but you don't get to watch side B, or you get to pick all of them in side B, watch all those, but never watch a game or a match in side A ever again.
Yeah, you got to marry one, and the side piece has got to be gone. That's where you're at. Okay? Here's A. Circle bracket A. The Masters. Postseason Major League Baseball. The college football playoff and the Stanley Cup playoffs. That's A. That is I'm going to marry that. We're going to be together forever. Okay? The Masters, postseason Major League Baseball, the college football playoff, Stanley Cup playoffs. Okay? On the other side, the NFL playoffs. March Madness, the NBA playoffs, and the FIFA World Cup. I mean, I don't even know. I'm trying to compare what's your favorite thing? Like, I'm thinking like
NFL playoffs.
I feel like I'm cheating on somebody if I choose. It'd be like, I like Crown and water. If they put a different whiskey and water in front of me, I could tell them like, oh, sorry, I cheated on your Crown.
We talked about this during the break. To me, there is 2 premier sporting events on each side, and then 2 that are slightly below it. On the A side, I believe the 2 premier, in my humble opinion, the 2 premier events that I would hate to miss, the Masters and the Stanley Cup playoffs. But then you also have the college football playoff, which is special, and baseball special as well. That's tough for me to say no to those. But on the other side, the NFL playoffs and March Madness are my number 1 and number 2 sporting events to catch, bar none.
Boy,
If I'm ranking my favorite sporting events to watch, it goes NFL playoffs 1, March Madness 2, Masters 3, and then probably it's then Stanley Cup playoffs and college football playoff, both very close.
Yes. Gosh.
But I also love, let me add to this.
I'm agonizing over this one.
Between Masters, Stanley Cup playoffs, and college football playoff, that's hard to say no to. But on the other side, the playoffs and the March Madness, it would kill me if I never got to watch those again, because those are my 2 favorite to watch any given year. What puts this over the line for me, I believe, NBA playoffs, take it or leave it. I'll watch a couple games every single year. If the Nuggets are playing, I'll watch it. If they're not watching, okay. What puts us over the line, the World Cup. And I know I'm speaking from the younger generation here, because the older generation, for the most part, does not care about soccer. I love watching the World Cup. The problem being it's only once every 4 years.
Patriotic.
But I will watch almost every single game of the World Cup. I'm curious to see how this new format works with the expansion of 48 different countries being represented. That's going to change things. But I think I'm taking side B, because the World Cup is special. The NFL playoffs is special. March Madness is special. NBA playoffs, take it or leave it for me. On the other side, it would kill me a little bit to not be able to see the Masters, the Stanley Cup playoffs, the college football playoff. I could handle not watching the MLB postseason. The World Series is special. I could handle missing out on that. And I could probably handle missing out on the college football playoff, because, hey, Nebraska's never going to play it anyway. You know,
I've been looking at this and trying to come up with a system on why I chose which side, because I know where I'm at. Arlo did ask the question, do we still get to watch all the championship games from both sides? No.
You don't get to watch a single game.
You ever gone to the eye doctor and they cover up that one eye? Yeah, that's what happens.
So think about this, and this is how I've been. You never get to watch a Super Bowl again, an AFC title game, an NFC title game. If you choose side A, you never get to watch the Final Four again. You never get to watch the round of 64 again.
This is easy for me now. I've got, not easy. It wasn't easy.
But on the other side, think about, you never get to watch Sunday at the Masters.
See, that's the
you never get to watch the college football playoff.
I am telling you, I'm choosing B. The Masters, to me, I love the Masters. But I really only like Masters Sunday. So I think I could give up a day of Masters Sunday.
You still get the U.S. Open.
One of my favorite
things. Still get the players this weekend.
One of my favorite things to do in my life is to wake up during the Open Championship, the British Open, and I wake up at 4:00 in the morning and watch it. Also on U.S. Open, as a father, I spend it on Father's Day with my kids watching golf. Okay. Postseason baseball, to me, boy, I grew up playing baseball. I love it. It is monotonous. It's gotten long. For me, the Dodgers have ruined it a little bit. I do love it. College football playoff, I'm like you. If Nebraska, when's Nebraska going to play in it? I don't have any vested interest. We get to talk about it. Hockey, yeah, I get it. Sure. Dane can tell us all about it. I don't have to see it. To me, I went to the top side of these events.
Yep.
I went to the top side because I've said this before, and as long as I've been doing this show, where I'm from in the world, being on the East Coast, being in college basketball land, there is nothing that I would never want to give up. And I grew up different than a lot of people here, right? I grew up a Tar Heel fan. It was it was consistently there. And again, even if it wasn't, those selection Sundays, again, we talked about yesterday, the role in the carts to watch it in your high schools, right? Teachers, if you're out there, or parents, you should write letters to all the high schools and whatever schools that they need an AV cart or whatever smart boards you're using, put the games on for your kids.
Thursday and Friday, that's independent work day. We're going to have the games on.
Okay, there's nothing better. NFL playoffs, they are intriguing. And I don't have a dog in the fight, but it's special. It's those games, those matchups, those Sundays, the Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl parties. NBA, don't really care.
That's
like you get the BOGO, buy one, get one. I just bought 2 things and I'm getting the other 2.
I just can't imagine not being able to watch the Super Bowl, not being able to watch AFC and NFC title games, not being able to watch Thursday and Friday, the round of 64 at the NCAA tournament, the Final Four. I can't imagine life without those. I can imagine a life without Masters Sunday. Hey, I'll go out. I'll do some. I'll do some yard work. It's a beautiful time of year to do it. Let's do some spring cleaning. Check the results. Okay, that makes. We'll see what happens with the U.S. Open.
Done. I'm with you.
Oh,
I'm on the B side. I know a lot of people have. I'd love to hear opinions on this because that is I think hardest part is being a sports person, an event-driven individual challenges your brain on this one. Because I think in life as a man, woman, and child, on the sports side, we are conditioned to have sports in our lives. We are conditioned to have an event-driven life, right? This might put me on the side of like Masters. Like you said, I might spend it outside.
Go book around yourself.
Yeah. You know?
The hardest one, Master Sunday would be hard.
That's the hard one. I would say that's the hard one for me personally because I love golf. And every Sunday, Masters Sunday, my really good friend Kubi hosts this massive invite-only Masters Sunday party where he does it up. It's all in green. It's all the colors. It is a front 9 food, back 9 food. It is electric.
You making azaleas?
Dude, yes. And there's just the food is, well, appetizers, some shrimp, blah, blah. There's pimento cheese early on. There's egg salad, all the Masters traditions. Then it jumps into like wings and ribs and like on the smoker coming off.
And this is the heart of the conversation. I think Arlo is nailed. He just chimes in here on the stream. When you break it down like this, it sure makes you thankful we don't have to give up any of these.
Yes.
It just gives you appreciation for what sports is in our culture.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have events year round that are must see that you don't want to give any of them up. To me, and I know I say this as the guy who talks about sports every single day, these are the things to me. Now, this is crazy because there's a lot of things out there, but this makes life worth living.
Oh, yeah.
A Thursday and a Friday. Hey,
it's the purpose.
And family's important.
Yes.
Friends are important. Not as important as Thursday and Friday. They're on to 64 of the NCAA tournament. That to me is what keeps me going.
Yeah. But you know what these do? One, they bring people together. Families, friends, everything. Local establishments thrive on these events.
They bring you together with strangers.
Yeah,
that's what I think makes it so beautiful. Is you can have people from 2 completely different walks of life that come together at a sports bar on a Thursday afternoon because they're both rooting for that 14-3 upset in the NCAA tournament, or they're both rooting for whoever on Sunday at the Masters.
Yeah, it's the best part of everything. To me, this is also like,
I mean, it could be
if you ever
Democrat,
have kids,
Republican, black, white,
don't matter.
Does not matter.
Don't matter.
If you're rooting together for the same thing, it brings people together.
Yep.
That's what makes sports so special.
Because that's these are the moments in life where none of that belongs together except for the people, the events, the results, all that. I was looking at this last night. I'm thinking, you know what this is like being a parent when your kids go, who's your favorite? And I say, I love you all the same, just differently. That's that comment. I love all of these events. Just some are a little different. Will I watch most of them? On all of them? Yes. But I agree with that. Like, this brings so much together in all walks of life. There's no preconceived notions of things. It's, again, just goes back to the overall topic. Sports makes the world right. And the banter, the conversations we get to have. And you're right. This brought me back, and not a, when you said that, not a overall, one of the major events about different walks of life. I remember going to Nebraska A&M, going back to an away football game. Nebraska A&M, Zach Taylor, end zone, Mo Purify. Boom, amazing time. We go back to this bar called the Dixie Chicken afterwards. Okay?
Yeah, I've heard this story.
Yeah. But we're sitting in the bar, and A&M fans are like Nebraska fans. Just we're intertwined table, red table, maroon, all this. They're buying us drinks, welcoming us down. But we look up and their next game is on, K-State, Texas. Regardless of what it was, the entire Dixie Chicken was cheering for K-State. Everybody in the room, no Texas. But those type of events brought that together. Also, the March Madness piece, boy, how about you get to compare your brackets in the bar, right? Had that one. No, you didn't. Had that, all that fun stuff.
Man, I can't wait to fill up my bracket. Let it also be known.
I've been getting alerts on my phone. Still time to turn up for the tourney challenge. Still time to turn. It's ready.
How many brackets do you make every single
One.
year? Yep.
One.
Yep.
That is the only and right way to do it. Try to convince my kids that it's one bracket.
Oh, congrats. You threw a dart at a dartboard with one of your 8 brackets. And oh, man, you got in the 95th percentile.
Congrats. Your 9th bracket just won our tournament challenge.
Let's take an aggregate of all 8 of your brackets and see how you did.
One bracket.
Pick one.
One bracket. Be convinced. Stick with it. We do a family bracket or family challenge too. And it's I make it fun. It's old school. We don't app it. We print the brackets out and we hang them on the fridge. And after every weekend or round, we sit together and mark up our brackets. And then we make fun of each other. I keep losing.
How many brackets around here will have Nebraska in the Final Four?
Well, is it acceptable this year with Nebraska, where they're at, to make a second bracket? This is my Nebraska bracket. This is my real bracket.
It's the one I might
Not
give you
right.
a pass on. I might give you a pass on it.
Are you giving passes this year for a second bracket because you want to make a Nebraska bracket?
As long as you're you should have if you have competitive bracket challenges, put your competitive bracket, your real bracket in those. And if you have a fun bracket challenge, like with the family or whatever, then you can throw the Nebraska one in there, whatever. But it's acceptable as long as it is not. If that bracket ends up being the good one, you can't claim it. You have one bracket that you claim as being, this is my bracket.
Mm-hmm. I'm just ready for Selection Sunday now. Games, to me, I'm like, just games are off and rolling right now.
I love that Sunday night after the brackets doing research on teams that you've barely watched all season long. Into Monday, into Tuesday. You're like, okay.
Here we go.
I'm locking in on the research. And then Thursday rolls around and all that research is out the window.
Oh,
that popular upset pick that you just picked because you look at all the metrics loses by 25.
We used to have a guy in our office, super smart accountant guy that literally made an Excel spreadsheet of probabilities and was pretty good at it.
Was he?
Yeah. But I'm like, that's like, to me, doing that is like having robo umpires. Yeah. Be human.
Game's gone.
Be
Takes the fun
human.
out of it.
Be human. Break out your bracket.
And before we get to this, and I'm sure we're going to have this conversation again next week, the round of 64, for the most part, unless you pick against a Final Four team, it's not going to make or break your bracket. Have some fun in the round of 64 because you know what? It's called madness for a reason. Throw some darts out there, and even if you go 1 for 4 on your upset picks, you can hang that one upset pick over everybody else.
Ooh, yeah, but here's the deal.
I had high point. I had high point. Nobody else did.
Can I be NCAA? By the way, I think this year, by the way, with the bubbles being burst and the teams, this is another reason not to expand the field of what's happening right now.
Yep.
It's another reason not to expand it and make it watered down. I am okay. I am okay with upsets in the first round. Not this year for Nebraska. Don't just go win that game. Am I a traditionalist old man, get off my lawn if I say I hate upsets after week one, after the first round? I want chalk. I want the best of the best. A top 4 seeds across the board to make it
one
further than everybody else.
Give me one Cinderella run.
It doesn't do it for me.
I like one low seed making that Sweet 16 Elite 8 run.
Is it in the history of NCAA this tournament, the 8 seed is the highest or the lowest that's ever won it?
Yeah, but there's been some really low seeds that made Final Fours. And who are the teams you remember?
The winners.
I remember those low seeds that make
George
Washington.
Yeah, the Butlers.
When was it?
It doesn't do
Texas
it for
Tech
me.
made that run to the Final Four.
I want the best of the best to be in this thing. To be there. I'm a chalk guy after the first round. That's cool. 5-12. Blah, blah, blah.
I like Cinderellas. But as long as there's not too many. I like having the best teams make it, but give me that one Cinderella to make that Elite 8.
The Elite 8. Yeah.
Give me that one double-seeded or double-digit seed.
We'll have that conversation coming up because we'll better maybe predict one of those as the bracket gets announced. Who's that team in that? Is it below 10? 10 or below.
10 or below.
It's gotta be 10 or below.
Double-digit seed.
Double-digit. I think 8 is is that a Villanova team, if I'm not correct? They got Raleigh Massimino. I think Villanova team is the lowest ever win it. I think.
Sounds right.
At an 8. Carolina had a chance a few years back.
Whenever they were in the play-in game.
Carolina. No.
Wasn't that it?
No, they had Hubert Davis's first year, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. They were an 8. And they played I think they were an 8 in the championship game against Kansas when Kansas got them.
What about that year when UCLA? Oh, I was thinking UCLA.
Yes.
When UCLA was a play-in
game.
And they made it all the way. Was it to a Final Four or to an Elite 8?
Maybe an Elite 8.
I want to say it was a Final Four.
It might have been the Final Four.
Might have been. That was a team with Tiger, whatever his name was.
Oh, yeah.
And Jaime Jaquez.
Yes. I'm all in for magical moments. I want to see. I want the true champ in that. So, all right, let's take our final break. When we come back, we'll do some stories that we missed. You'll appreciate this. See. There was a text that came in our fantasy football league is across the country. Like we have California, Arizona, all this stuff. Here's your question, because I know you've umpired youth baseball. He said, this team any good? ? My son's old team is playing this weekend in Arizona. Nebraska prospects 14U. I'm like, with my experience, anything out of Nebraska with the word prospects in it, they're going to be pretty good. They'll be pretty good.
You would think. The more elites, elite prospects.
Yeah, I mean, not every team is going to be good. We beat a couple, in history, but Arlo, look at that. He said, no work for me tomorrow. Not sure if I'll be in the stream, but I'll keep beer on your downtime.
I like how it's kind of
He throws in downtime.
It kills me. And whenever I'm at work, I'm locked in the stream every single day. But whenever I'm off work,
There we go. We could go here. Did he withdraw yet? I haven't heard the news on that yet.
yeah, we get some updates from the players here. Players Championship.
Yeah, that's what I brought up.
I
There's
Rory.
Did he? If you have it, I don't know. I haven't seen anything yet. If he did it. Sawgrass. Love. First quad of the week on 7. Somebody made a quad. Big one for Wisconsin. Get out of here.
All right, we are coming back here.
All right. Welcome back in the morning hookup. That is, I don't know if this is appropriate or not. As I'm going to say, you see the breaking news in Nebraska. Another reported 2.5 magnitude earthquake near the town of Cowles, Cowles, on Thursday.
Far away is that from here?
Said it happened 7:15, about 3 miles. Is it Cowles, Cowles?
Same fault line.
Same fault line. Not left. No. I didn't. What's one they said that they reported this year now?
I only ever felt even that one a couple weeks ago. I was driving, I didn't feel it. I remember one though, my senior year of high school, where it was a Saturday morning after a football game. We had to make it back over to the high school we kind of did some light stretching and jogging, kind of get the heart rate up, some active recovery, and then we'd go do film work. And I remember my alarm went off at 7, and it was at 7:02 we get an earthquake. And I remember thinking I was going crazy. I thought, like, maybe I got a concussion last night.
I'm concussed.
I'm in Nebraska, but that felt like an earthquake.
Bubble watchers are watching college basketball right now. Update you: Massachusetts tied at halftime, 37 apiece with Miami, Ohio. That'll send some shock waves throughout everything that could happen in college basketball. Also, boy, you mentioned it earlier. What's going on right now? It is the players. Players is happening right now. I don't know if we've got an update. Have we heard the update yet of Roy McIlroy? He is out there talking about real true game time decision. They did have a major withdrawal earlier this morning as well, as he was on the tee box doing practice swings. Colin Morikawa on the golf course, back injury, back something, had to withdraw, I think, two to three holes into his round. Currently, right now, that leaderboard is
being led by Tommy Fleetwood.
Ooh.
4 under through 10. I did see this made me
Maverick
laugh.
McNeely is right there with him.
This made me laugh because this is such typical Max Homa. He eagled the first hole.
He holed out from like whatever.
Yeah, he's now 1 over through 14.
Yeah, of course. Good job, Max. I really like him.
Brooks Koepka, even through 11.
All right, good job, Brooks.
Good to have him back.
You've got, this is the who's who. It's everybody's out here. Victor Hovland off to a good start, 300 through 9. Number 1 in the world, -1 through his first, again, through 10. Yeah, through 10 right now. Justin Thomas out there, obviously coming back, second turning back after his back surgeries and things. He is back. That makes me laugh about Homa.
Yeah, that's so typical Homa.
That is so him.
Still yet to tee off. Obviously, Rory, if he does, sounds like he's going to.
He's got the later. Good for him because of the tee time that he does have. He won't go off until 1:42. It'll be interesting and stuff like that. Again, I've never at that high of level dealt with back. I've dealt with backs up before. And in the PGA Tour, the way it works, right? They flip-flop the tee times day to day, or the first 2 rounds. He goes off at 1:42 today, then it's 8:52 tomorrow morning.
Yep. But still the tee off. We said Rory, Schauffele still the tee off. Lowry still the tee off. Spieth still the tee off. Is Scheffler golfing?
Yeah, he's 1 under through as
many.
many.
I haven't seen him.
He's in the 1 under.
So he's just teed off recently?
Just getting off.
Okay.
And I was thinking about, I was just sitting here looking at college basketball tonight. I mentioned it was San Jose State, right?
Oh, yeah. San Jose State, who's been terrible this year, goes
10 miles?
Boise State.
10 miles?
What was
right?
Yeah. What was the stat? They had shot like 4 for 28 from 3 in their last 2 games, and they came out last night and shot.
They said San Jose State for 3 in their final 2 games, 7 of 31.
Oh, there it is.
Last night in the MAC tournament, 7 of 16, and they went up. They were rolling. It's 10 miles, and I guess New Mexico.
They finished the game 9 of 25 from 3.
You could put New Mexico on the outs.
And this is likely, from what I understand, his last year, both at San Diego State and maybe coaching basketball.
Really?
We shall see about that. He's getting up there in age. We don't think about that because he was, I don't know. It's been a long time since he got announced at Nebraska. He's now 60. So how much basketball does he have left in him? We'll see. Weird to think about because we remember him at Nebraska as like the middle-aged father, right? His kids are grown now.
They're grown, college.
He's got gray hair up top. Makes me feel old.
Watch it. Watch it.
Wash it.
Watch it. Gray hair up top. Going on.
I guess we're almost into stories. Should we just go stories?
Let's go.
Because we're pretty much talking.
Let's go. Yeah, we are. Let's go.
The stories we missed. The morning hookup.
Well, I'm all into you're into like baseball cards and stuff like that. Growing up, I was. They just I love these auctions. A 2013 Aaron Judge Bowman Chrome Draft Super Factor 101 sign has sold. Any guesses?
Over 1 million, I'm sure.
Oh boy! But here's the it's a record, so I'll give you a hint. The record in 2020 was a 2009 same type of card signed Mike Trout, which also 101, $3.936 million.
Our one's probably like 8.
5.2 million.
Okay.
Wow. Pretty incredible. That's a lot of money for a baseball card.
Yeah, I would not pay that much, but maybe some people see it as an investment.
I'm sure.
We had one of the quotes of spring thus far, and this has been under the radar. Quasi Gilmore yesterday. He obviously UCLA transfer coming from Southern California.
Yeah.
Talked about how he came out and visited Nebraska and had a call with Sierra Wright. It was just like, hey, I came up there and I kind of love it up there. What do you think? And Sierra Wright kind of gave him the pitch. And I don't think this was him recruiting. I think it's him being honest, talking about how Nebraska changed his mentality, changed him as a man, made him a better person, better football player. So Quasi jumps in the boat. He seems to be a great piece in that wide receiver room. But he was asked about what his first few months in Nebraska has been like, and he let right off top. The weather be doing some freaky stuff.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Was he also the one that was talking about UCLA in this time? And it's different, and the fans, but he also said that one of the plays in the Bieniemy offense had 22 words.
Yeah.
Yikes. Doing some freaky stuff.
The weather do be doing some freaky stuff.
Have you been to a college bar in downtown Lincoln on a Friday night?
He was talking about the story that he brought up, which I'm like, that's minor. He's like, yeah, we had a thunderstorm rolling in. I'm seeing all this lightning. I think it's going to storm. And he said he's out walking his dog. And he said it rained for like 2 minutes and then stopped. And that was it. I was like, hey, that's minor.
Hey, look at what we did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. Tell me that's 80s, the 60s, and golfing, and then snow.
Yeah. The weather around here makes it fun, though.
No,
you guys got to look a glass half full.
It keeps you guessing, I guess, if you want to go that route. Boy, you're out tomorrow. You're headed on the birthday day on a travel trip. We'll probably have you, what we talking about, second hour?
Yeah,
check in?
I'm thinking early second hour. We'll see. Once, because So I think I'm shooting for like an 8 o'clock arrival. Everything I'm seeing, which people have told me it's going to be not that long, but I trust the maps. It's telling me 7.5 hours from my front door to the United Center, which seems quick. But
hey, look, man,
I'm looking at like
it's ever changing, right? We don't know.
An 8-ish a.m. departure time from Lincoln.
No weather, right?
No weather on the way, it would appear.
Okay.
8-ish a.m. So I think once I'm east of Omaha and into the monotony of Iowa, I think I should be good for a phone call.
Is this correct? I'm just looking at this CBI. Is that right? I don't know if that's a correct tweet. I don't know. It's a tweet from the CBI attorney. I'll have to validate that's right. I don't know if anybody follows CBI on Twitter. It says, due to circumstances beyond our control, the CBI will not be held this year.
Who wants a bid? Maybe. They struggled to get teams in.
I think overall they need to nix some of that and do like a big A crown tournament. Tomorrow, we'll do more bracketology, Husker stuff, and a whole lot more. You guys have a great Thursday. Catch you on a Friday.